Well, as you know, my name is Anuja Kapur, and I'm a criminal psychologist. Well, what is crime and what is criminal? After listening to such a great audience and the great person, Mr. Nitin, mine is a little heavy subject. Now, we are here to discuss about discovering society. And my topic is the change in the modus operandi of crime from past to present. Now, what has just happened? Was crime not there before? Or crime has just accelerated to today's world? Well, to put up with, I would like to first tell you the crime, how it was being shaped. When the society was evolved, crime evolved. I think that's we agree on. Crime evolved. Now, to combat that crime, what was being done? We started making laws so that we can discipline ourselves. Now, what happened was, how does a crime happen? A crime happens when a mens rea follow. It is a totally legal term. Now, what is mens rea? Mens rea is you have a knowledge, you have a motive, you have a planning, you have an intention, where we call it as a guilty mind that comes up. And when you do all this, there has an execution which happens. When an execution has been done, there is a crime. So somebody just asked me, what crime is? Mr. Nathan, he asked me, what crime is? This is crime. If your crime is there in the book of law, it is crime. If it is not there, it is not a crime. It can be there in India. The particular crime can be there in India in the book of law. And it is a crime in India. But if the same thing is not being done outside and it is not in the book of law, in the other country, it is not. Now let's see how this modus operandi of crime has changed from past to present. Now what happened is, in the past, the criminals, now from where did these criminals come from? The criminals come from, we won't say it, Lombroso theory says that they are born criminals. Nobody is a born criminal. No. It is just this, that when a child takes birth and is being there, nurtured in nature, the environment, the child has been moving in, because it is very necessary, as we're talking about society, we're talking about a mother. Because when a mother gives birth to a child, it is very important. It is not a male, it is not a female, it is not a boy, it is not a girl. A mother gives birth to a child, which is really important. So when we talk about a child, we're talking about giving the values irrespective of gender. Irrespective of gender. When we are talking about a child, the child is discovering the society. It is very important the mother should have been empowered with. Because the mother was a teacher. And we all know about it. So, but when a mother is a teacher and she is not empowered, can the child be empowered? So what we are looking back is the society. So from where the criminals come up, the criminals are not born. They come under dissociative theory. They are learned criminals. They learn from the society. They learn from the environment. Now it is very easy to put the blame on the society. Oh, I learned from there, I learned from there, I learned from there. But then there is a personality with which a child is born. And how he, she take it from, because they are sponge. And what you present them is in front of them. And the way they take it, a mother gives birth to 3 children. All 3 are not criminal. But one of them is very naughty. very naughty. Then what would you say to that? So we have our own personality, then we have an environment, then we have a value system, which is pushing everything to that toward the child. Now it's the child who's picking it up from here in its own comfort zone. I like this, I don't like this. You go in a school, and we're talking about in a school, all children are not doing very well in the school, but there are some are. So when we look into the fact that why there is one criminal, the other is not, we always look into the fact that why he is a criminal or why she is a criminal. Did we ever talk about why he, she is not a criminal? Let's shift, a paradigm shift. Let's see why this person is not a criminal. What made that choices that person or she or he has gone through in not becoming a one? We are under pressure, everybody is, but I became a criminal. So what change was there that that person itself didn't go through and didn't perceive that thing and tried to fight back? The thought process in you fights you back. Where you choose not to be a criminal, you become a citizen of the society. So this is really important. So this is really important. So when we are talking about a criminology, we're talking about crime. We're talking about criminal behavior. Let's not talk about criminal for a now. We talk about the action with which the criminal behavior is coming up. Now what happened is around, at first there were only one person used to do something. In Nirbhaya you saw gang rape. It is not that you just saw gang rape in Nirbhaya. It is just this, it was highlighted in Nirbhaya. So the modus operandi is, if you work alone, one person can be fallen apart, can be divided, can be a main accused, can be totally penalized. But if you work in a group and a juvenile is there in between, that is a modus operandi. If you put a juvenile in between, what you will do is there will be a paradigm shift of the crime where you will be putting everything blame on the juvenile because juvenile has a very less period of time this is what has just happened, right? And the rest will be fucking free, they can have a life imprisonment, at least death penalty would not be there. So the modus operandi is that they are trying to work together. One thing which I learned from criminals, they're very smart, they're very, very educated in this. And this has really, really helped you. What is happening around is when they are trying to execute a plan, just look at their bonding. Can you see the unity? They are just 5 of them. And they have touched all of us. Why? Because their unity was much higher, their brotherhood was much higher than our brotherhood. Because we were lost in male and female, we were lost, rightly said by Nathan, sexual harassment, I'm sorry to put it, but I have cases of more of domestic violence with men rather than with women. So this is what is happening around. We have to understand where is our society going. It is very important. We have to move with it. We are generation of today. I have 2 kids, 2 big boys. I have sent them in a society with a message. I said kids. So just remember that. Become parents. Become role models. Don't just become a puppet. We are sending a message in the society. You don't want criminals? Fight for it in the womb. Come back. Send a message. Put it through. Let the people know what we are doing around. So we don't want criminals, we want citizens in the society. Fight backing, you have to fight back what we see. Just standing in the metro, and somebody is doing something with the women. Oh, okay, it's not my problem. Whose problem is it? It is my problem. It is everybody's problem. You did stop that person at that time. Now you are next. You are next. Me's next. Tell that person, we will break you apart if you will not allow us to come back to you. So this is the message we should be. What will law do is a law thing. What did you do as a citizen? That is on you. And then we question the law. So why do we question the law when we can't question ourselves? No law is deterrent. The society is deterrent. The society can fight back. And the society is the one which will teach the value system to that criminal, so that it is the main important thing is the criminal needs to look back in his oneself to know what he, she has done wrong. We are not able to do that. We're not able to give them this mirror image of them. We're not able to tell them, look at this. This is the victim. Meet the family. We need a restorative justice. We need victimology. Look at the crime from the victim perspective. It's been over now. We have been looking at the crime from the offender perspective. Let's look up from the victim perspective. Let's understand what does a victim, because an offender not only rapes a girl, the offender is touching the whole of the family and then the community. One person. So because this has happened, this modus operandi is there in the mind of a criminal. Only some people, a bunch of them is ruling you, all of us. Let's unite. We need to move forward. We need to understand where and how did we went wrong. Please educate the mothers of today. Men, stand with women. Women, stand with women. It is very important. Don't feel jealous. Don't backbite. Because this is how, when the two women, they stand with each other, they are building a very good house. They are building a very good home. They're giving a safe area for the children to grow. We have given birth to kid. We are forgotten during the time of the values. We have brought that kid separated into male and female. So please, let's understand why and where did we go wrong. The change, this change is so much there in it, where the people are not able to understand that why small criminals have brought a bombshell and was able to counter Nirbhaya. I don't want any more Nirbhayas, please. Let's all join hands, irrespective of gender. Enough of nonsense is there. Let's not confuse our society more. Let's empower each other. Let's walk. Let's rediscover society.